Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? It is currently 2:10 a.m. and I am exhausted. We caught up on 3 episodes of RuPaul's Drag Race, which I think each episode is like an hour and a half or 2 hours long. So it's been a long evening, but we're finally caught up on all of the episodes. And it was fun. We had a good time. Alex ordered us some pizza from Hot Box Pizza tonight. I wasn't super hungry. It's been so weird. Like, I haven't been like really that hungry lately. So I had like 2 pieces and 2 breadsticks. Usually I eat more than that. We have pizza, or like, especially since we were watching like that much TV, like later in the night I'll have something, but I did, oh, no, that's not true. I did have, Alex and I shared these little cakes. I went to Taylor's Bakery today to pick up, well, you guys know if you watched yesterday's vlog, because I finished the vlog and then I was going there to pick up the dinner rolls and the dessert, and then I showed it on my Peter Does Stuff channel. But he gave us these little, I don't know how to pronounce the word, petite fours. Somebody in my video said that it means like oven baked or something. I don't know. They're like these little cakes, and they were like round, like Easter eggs. One was chocolate and one was yellow cake. They were really good. So I made a cup of ginger lemon tea with honey. Put a bunch of honey in it. And then I had those cakes, and Alex had a little bit of it too. So we shared those. And yeah, that was our evening. It was fun. It was just like real relaxed, and we laid around, put on our pajamas, and just kind of hung out and watched that, and had a little at-home date night with watching RuPaul's Drag Race and eating pizza. It was fun. It was nice today. The next couple days is supposed to be like in the upper 60s, lower 40s, upper 60s, lower 70s. So tomorrow it's supposed to be like 70 something. Actually, Caroline today, she FaceTimed me, and she was like showing me all the Easter decorations that she was putting up for tomorrow. She was, at first, like when I talked to her, she was like, I said, are you excited for tomorrow? Was this yesterday or was this, maybe this was yesterday. It was yesterday. I was like, are you excited about Easter? And she was like, I mean, kind of. I said, Caroline, you're not excited to see me? She started laughing. She goes, of course I'm excited to see you. I'm always excited to see you. I turned the heat on when I got in the car because it felt a little chilly outside. It's 52 degrees. And then it got hot in here really quick. So let me turn this down. I actually probably don't even need the heat on in here. Crack a little bit of a window. But then she FaceTimed me, and she was like showing me all the decorations that she was putting up and stuff, which was really fun. So I'm excited about tomorrow. We're going over there about 3 o'clock. We're gonna have dinner at like 4 or 5, and then just kind of like hang out for a little bit and stuff. Alex got these new games, these card games that you just like ask questions. It's kind of like charades, but they're cards, so we might play those. We usually play games when we go over to Caroline's. So that'll be fun. And then I just made a bunch of videos today, and that was about it. I was gonna go to Meijer to buy this stuff to make this vegetarian chicken salad, but when I walked into Meijer, the line was so long that I literally just like, the self-checkout line was like all the way over past like the checkout area, and it was like going over into where the Easter stuff is, that I literally walked in and walked right back out the door. I was like, there's not anything that I need. So yeah, I was gonna go get stuff for like everybody tomorrow. I was gonna get like candy and stuff for tomorrow, but I think I'm not gonna do that. I might stop at the gas station and try to get some stuff if they have anything there, because like, you know, of course nothing's open after midnight, so you can't go into like, well, CVS I think is still open late. CVS in Noblesville I think is open 24 hours, so maybe I'll vlog and go up there and then stop there. But anyway, that was kind of my day today. I had a good day. It was relaxing. And then tomorrow we have that, and then we'll come home, and I don't know what we'll do tomorrow night. I still have to finish that Dexter book. I might listen to a little bit of it tonight. Depends on if I get my second wind after I do this vlog, because I was so tired. Alex just went upstairs to bed, and I threw in my jeans to wash for tomorrow, this pair of jeans that I wanted to wear. And I think I'm gonna wear these jeans with this this Ralph Lauren button down that I got that's like navy blue short sleeve. I think I'm gonna wear that tomorrow with these new Birkenstock clogs that I got. That's what I'm gonna wear tomorrow. Maybe, we'll see. Do your families dress up for like holidays? Like our families always kind of dress up for holidays, which is nice. I like to get a little bit, I mean, not dressy, but like that's not a dressy outfit, but you know, not like if you're going to go out to dinner nice and stuff like that. Now, when I was a little kid for Easter, I always wore like a bow tie or like a Madras plaid shirt or Madras plaid shorts, or Madras plaid was always kind of like an Easter kind of thing. And so I would always, you know, like, I feel like this hat is like it's not a different hat than I usually wear, is it? No. I feel like it looks different in my head. Is this out of focus? I can't even tell. I can't even see. No. Like, is it out of focus? Is this a different hat? Why does everything look so different to me? But when I was a little kid, I always dressed up for going to church, and then we would go over to my Aunt Kathy's house for Easter Sunday, and we would do like, Caroline and I would have like an Easter egg hunt and stuff like that. And so I would always wear like, I actually have, like, there's a picture that my mom used to have, and I'm probably like 5 or 6 in the picture, and it's me like on the front porch of our house, and I'm like looking down, because we would always, you know, outside on the front porch, like, you know how for Santa you leave like, I don't know if everybody did this, but for Santa you leave like, well, I'm sure most people did this for Santa, you leave, you know, milk and cookies. Well, for the Easter Bunny, I was equally just as into the Easter Bunny and the Tooth Fairy and all of that. For the Easter Bunny, I would always leave like lettuce and carrots, right? So, there's this picture of me, and I'm like in this big bow tie. It was like one of those clip bow ties. Do you remember those? And it was like blue, and then I had like a white shirt on, and then this like Madras plaid sport coat with like these shorts that were kind of like matching. And I love Madras plaid to this day. And actually for this trip, I saw this Ralph Lauren Madras plaid shirt that I wanted, and it was a little pricey, and they also didn't have it in my size, so I was like, well, that probably means I don't need it. So but I have like a Madras plaid shirt that I bought like probably 15 years ago, and I still have it. I don't fit into it, but I save it because I'm like, one day if I ever fit into it, I'll get that shirt again. But anyway, or I'll wear that shirt again because I love it. I think I actually got it at Old Navy. It's like a really cool shirt. It's like patchwork Madras plaid. But anyway, the picture is like me pointing to the ground like, oh my God, the Easter Bunny came. It's kind of sad. So my mom, when she went into the hospital, you know, she was in a coma the whole month of April going into May, and then my mom passed away in May. And she had this old like wicker hamper that she kept, and she just would like throw like clothes and stuff that she didn't use anymore, she would throw in there, and then every once in a while she would take it out and she would wash the stuff. I don't know if you guys do this, but like sheets and stuff and towels, she would cut up and she would make into like dusting cloths for floorboards and stuff like that, where she could like stuff that she could dust and then she would just throw away because she wasn't going to use them anymore, but she would like kind of repurpose them into that. So she always put them in this wicker hamper, right? And so when she was in the hospital for Easter, I think like that year, I don't remember, but like Easter and Mother's Day, I don't think I did anything at all. I think I was just like, just so like numb. I remember that my aunt asked me if I wanted to do something with them for Mother's Day, and I just was like, no, I couldn't. It just didn't feel right. And I remember I actually went and spent like, I feel like that year, either Mother's Day was right before my mom passed away or right after. It would have been right before she passed away. And the year after, the year afterwards was when would have been when I was dating Alex. And maybe we took his mom to a champagne brunch at this really cool Mexican restaurant that used to be, it's where Seasons 52 is now in Indianapolis, but it used to be this really cool Mexican restaurant, and they did this like elaborate champagne buffet for Mother's Day. And we took his mom there, and I don't remember if that was a year after or 2 years after. I don't remember. It might have been the year after. But like, if you've lost a mother, like, I don't know about Father's Day, because my dad's still alive, but like Mother's Day is such a weird holiday after you've lost a mother. It feels like, I don't even really know how to explain it, except for that it feels like a holiday, like, cause you know, like every other holiday that you celebrate feels like you're part of it, right? Like, you know, even if you don't like religiously celebrate those things, it's like commercially you see like the Christmas and Easter stuff and whatever, right? But then, like, when you lose when I lost my mom, I felt like it was this holiday that everybody in the world celebrates, and now I'm not celebrating anymore, but I used to. And so it was like this really weird feeling. Somebody asked in the comment sections, they said, what does Peter keep his camera in? I keep it in this, do you guys want to see? Actually, here, I'll show you. Hold on, I'll pull in here. But anyway, I've shown it before, but just because I think I need to actually buy another one, because the little bean part of it inside is falling apart. But it just felt like this holiday that I wasn't a part of anymore, that like, I wasn't included in it. It just felt weird, especially when people would be like, oh, so what are you doing for Mother's Day? And then like, it would either be people that didn't know that my mother had passed, you know, they'd say, oh, like if you just, you know, were at, you know, an appointment or something, they'd say, oh, what are you doing for Mother's Day? You know, I'd be like, oh, my mother's passed, I don't really celebrate it anymore. Or it would be like a friend, and they would say, oh, so what are you doing for Mother's Day? And then they would say, oh, I'm sorry, you know, like they remembered. So, I don't know if you can see this. So, hold on a second, let me take it out of here. So this is what it looks like. It's like this, you can see that it fits right in here. And then this is pretty solid, and I have this actually on this Jeep thing right here, because I drive a Jeep. And so I have it right there, and then that doesn't slide around. And then I put it right here, and then it just fits right in there like that. There. And sometimes it falls back, and sometimes it just stays still. And I'm hoping it'll just stay still tonight like that. Okay, so. Yeah, I was reading the comments earlier tonight. Well, to finish up what I was going to say about my mom. So it was like really weird, you know, after that first... It was really weird, like, to not celebrate Mother's Day anymore, because also Mother's Day was like a really big holiday with my mom and I. Like, I think this is out of focus. Hold on. I don't know what is going on with this camera tonight, you guys. Mother's Day was one of my mother's favorite holidays. She loved Easter. She loved spring. And so Mother's Day or Easter and Mother's Day were two of her favorite holidays, because she thought that they were just like, you know, just... She loved being a mother. She took pride in being a mother. And so she always wanted to do something really special for Mother's Day, and we always did. My favorite Mother's Day that we ever did, Caroline and my Aunt Kathy were actually, I think, in Florida together, and or they were doing something together that day. And so my mom and I had decided to have a picnic at the art museum. My uncle would talk about this even up until he passed away. And so we asked my Uncle Dave if he wanted to come with us. And so my mom had a picnic basket. We still have it in the basement. It's a really cool old picnic basket. And we packed it full of like, this was long after we were sober. We packed it full with like homemade, my mom made like, this was not when I was a vegetarian, so she made like tuna fish salad sandwiches, and like we got like fruit and bottled like juices, like lemonade and stuff like that, really cool stuff. And we went to the art museum, and if you watch my vlog where we went to the Christmas lights, Alex and I and Melissa and Jason, that was where we had the picnic, was on those grounds right there that are around the right in front of that one white house, which is the Lily Mansion. I think it's called the Lily Mansion. And there's like a restaurant in there, but you can like have picnics on the grounds and stuff like that. So anyway, that was like one of my favorite Mother's Days ever. And we just sat on the ground and brought a blanket, and we just like walked around the grounds and talked and stuff. It was really cool. So I don't feel like that so much anymore about Mother's Day. We always do something with Alex's mom for Mother's Day now, which feels nice. And you know, I mean, you know, she always said, Alex's mom has always said, you know, like, you're like my fourth son. And so I feel very included in that. And she and I are extremely close. So I like doing stuff for her today, and I actually feel really blessed that I, have her to do stuff with. My dad and my stepmom and I and Alex, we sometimes do stuff too, but they usually on Mother's Day do stuff with her mother. So, and like they'll just go out to like a dinner, like the four of them or something like that. So if we do something with them, it's usually before or after. But yeah, what else? But anyway, it's kind of a weird holiday. I don't know. My mom's been gone so long now that it's like the stuff that used to affect me in kind of like a powerful way doesn't like when they say like grief is weird, it's like I still have moments where I really, really miss my mom, but it's not really ever on the level that it used to be. And honestly, this vlog helps so much with that, because if you go back and you watch my vlog, like my first 2 years, so much of it was me talking about my mom. So much of it was me telling stories of my mom and how much, I would bawl my eyes out on this vlog, And I wouldn't say that I have like completely grieved her and moved through it. I'm at a different stage. I think in my sobriety, I've also worked on a lot of those issues. When we were in counseling, I worked on a lot of those issues, And as much as I still miss my mom and I wish, she was here, it's, there's a lot of acceptance that has gone along with that as well. I don't have the same feelings that I had, back when, like, the first couple years after she died. I was so numb for so long, too, I think that's why you can't tell somebody how to, like, do their grieving or at what rate they should do it, because I think it's different for everybody. I don't know really the point where it started changing for me. I think a big part of it was realizing, really, what my mother would have wanted. And, my mother, we talked about it, not like just when she was sick, but like long before that, My mom was the one that had introduced me to the Elizabeth Kubler-Ross books about death and dying. There was a period of my life that I went through. Well, I've had many, but, like I've talked about my fear of dying. And there was a period where I became like really, really interested in the life after death books, like the Betty J. Eady book, and like years ago, and then Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, who was the one that designed the hospice idea, and Raymond Moody, I think is his name. He was another person that wrote a lot about death. And my mom had studied those books when she was, in graduate school. And so she had passed those on to me and kind of introduced me to those books. And so we would have a lot of conversations about, death and dying and our own deaths and things like that. And, my mom had always said to me, when I'm gone, don't get attached to my body. Don't get attached to my physical being or, my physical things, because she very much believed that she was a bag of soul, and that, like, when she was gone, she was gone. Like, her spirit was gone as well. And that really helped a lot. And the other thing, I think, was that, like, my mom would say to me, like, she's like, I would hope you would grieve a little bit and not be like, get over me real quick. She was like, but at some point, like, I want you, I've had such an amazing life. I want you to have an amazing life too, and not just get stuck in sadness and grief. And I think knowing that, and also like, not just knowing it because she said it, but like knowing that that's how she really felt, I think has really helped me, I've had some conversations with my dad too, and he's been like, your mom would really want you to like live a life. Like she would really want you to live the best, life possible, and to, all the things that she was afraid of doing. My mom didn't like to travel. She was scared to death to fly in a plane. She didn't like to drive, on interstates at night. She didn't like to drive at night, period. My mother, I talk so much about how wise she was, and she was so incredibly wise and so incredibly intellectual. But for all of that, my mother had so many fears that held her back. So many fears. My mom was afraid of insects. She was afraid of mice and dogs and animals and snakes and the outside and late at night and burglars and serial killers and anything that you can think of that could possibly be scary, my mother was scared of. And I think a lot of it had to do just with her being scared of I wish I had something to drink, like coffee or water or something, but I don't. I think so much of it had to do with just like her growing up in environments where she didn't have a lot of control, you know. But Caroline and I, that's why I think sometimes people, like, I make jokes about my grandma and all that kind of stuff, and people don't really understand why I'm so fascinated with that whole world. But, you know, to find out, like, later that, like, my mom would always say about, like, when they were younger, she would say Kathy and I were fostered out. Once my mother, and she would say we would go stay with family members in the summers, and she would say, you know, like, and she would always, like, my mom's dad died when my mom was really, really young of lung cancer. And so she would say, like, till both of them died, they would call their dad, daddy, and they would call their mom, mother, which was always kind of bizarre to me. But they were so young when their dad died, so he would have been like daddy to them, you know? And so my mom would say, you know, like, and my aunt would say the same thing, you know, we would live with them during the school year, but then a lot of the apartments that they could afford, I think they actually didn't live with them as much as my mom remembered that she did or something. Because she would say the apartments that they could afford at that time period didn't allow kids, which I always think is so interesting in retrospect. Like, I don't feel like we have really the real story of any of it. And so then my mom would always say we were fostered out. And I would say, what is that? I don't even understand what that means. And she'd say, well, like, we would go live with family members, like in the summers, like on the farm. Like, she had this aunt and uncle that she would go live with. And all I know is that she didn't like them. And he would force her, she would always say, my mom did not like to be rushed eating meals. And she would almost get kind of like, there were periods where my mom would kind of like resort to, like, you could kind of see her resort to being, like, not like, not talk different, like not talk like a child, or, I mean, but you could just tell, like, the resistance of a child was there. And, like, if we were, like, ending a meal, my mom ate super, super slow, and she would go up and get, like, I think they just didn't have a lot of food when they were growing up. And so my mom would go up, because she would, like, if she could go up and get more and more, she always would. Like, I've told the story about going to the casino buffets. My mom would be like, do you think that they would let me take egg roll? And I'd be like, mother, you know? Which was kind of a funny story, but I mean, like, I think she didn't like she didn't like limits and boundaries being put around her food. And I know very much like the Mommy Dearest movie, because I remember she and I talked about it. This uncle of hers, like, he would make her eat, and if it was something that she thought was disgusting, because she would say he would make us eat things, or she would say he would make me eat things. And then later I found from my aunt that they went to different houses. He would make my mom eat things like raw liver and like things that, you know, just to a little kid would have been disgusting. And my mom said she wouldn't eat it, and she would just sit there, and he would, like, say, okay, fine, you can sit here, and we're not going to waste food, and you can sit here until you're done eating. And, like, almost exactly like in Mommy Dearest, where she would put the food in the refrigerator and tell her to go to bed, and then the next day that's what she was having for breakfast. My mom would tell those same stories. And she had to clean her entire plate off if she wanted to get up to leave the table, and all this kind of stuff. And so, like, I can remember, like, holidays being at my aunt's house, and my mom being, like, my age, and looking at my aunt and being like, it was the weirdest thing. I don't even really know how to explain it, but she would like look at my aunt, and she'd be like, she wouldn't say, like, can I get up? And she wouldn't say, like, is this good enough? It was nothing like that, but it was almost kind of implied. Like, she would look at my aunt and say, like, can I be done? Or something like that. It was just, I don't even really remember the words that she used, but it was so bizarre. And I'd be like, Mom, like, what? And so then when I talked to my aunt after my mom passed away, and I found out, you know, that my grandmother had been to prison, and there was so much more to the story, and I said, well, my mom said that you guys were fostered out. And she goes, we weren't fostered out, we were in foster care. She, like, we went and lived with families that we did not know. And, you know, my aunt never told me, she never would, but I know horrendous things happened to my mom and my aunt. I know that. Because I would say, well, what happened? My mom would say, and my aunt would say, I swore to Mother that I would protect your mother at any expense, and she would just start crying. And then, you know, I don't want to speculate at what happened. All I know, it makes me very sad to talk about. But this is why I think families shouldn't live with their secrets sometimes, because I think like it explains a lot, you know. But I just think like, I don't know, you know, these two little girls, and you know, and the whole situation makes me sad. You know, like my grandma, I think she was, you know, my dad said to me one time, he said, your grandma was a single mother. She was very poor. She did the best that she could. And, you know, the girls were very small, and they were, I don't know why I just got so emotional about it. Just the whole situation makes me very sad. That, you know, my aunt, her whole life, just tirelessly, and my grandma, like, even when my grandma was alive, tried to, like, make this, like, amazingly perfect life for my mom, you know? Like, almost apologetically, and it almost kind of makes you wonder, like, well, what happened to my mom? And my mom and I would have all these conversations about it, you know, and my mom would literally say to me, she'd say, Peter, I don't know. Like, she'd say, if stuff happened, like, you know what I'm insinuating, she would say, if stuff happened, she'd say, Peter, I do not remember it. Like, I don't have any, and my mom would have told me about that. She I mean, flat out was like, I mean, maybe she would, hell, I don't know, you know, like, I found out a lot of stuff after she passed away, but I think on that level, she would have told me that stuff. But she was like, if something happened, I remember she got really upset with my aunt one time, because my aunt made some comment about something, and my mom was like, well, there were a couple of situations that happened like that. There was a whole storyline about that my mom possibly had a twin brother. I think I've mentioned that on here a couple times before. But anyway, that would have been adopted at birth. That's a whole weird storyline. My aunt, like, that was actually something I always was very curious about. I think he's still alive. And so he and my mother went to the same school for 9th grade. And he had gone to a different school for like 1 through 8. And then 9th grade, they went to the same school. And then he moved. And my mom's friend, Diane, that lived on Beaver Island, Michigan, she was really good friends with him. And so she would say, the whole storyline, I can't get into it, the whole storyline of like why he moved and went to a different school. I probably told some of it. I don't even know what I've told on here anymore. Hell, I've been vlogging for 5 years. I don't know what parts of the stories I've told anymore. And you know what, in all honesty, I know people want me to tell stories specifically exactly the same every single time, but that's just not how life works, and you remember things differently from time to time. So, but he was adopted by a prominent family in Indianapolis, and then there was like kind of a very serious situation that happened. And so my mom's friend thought that my mom and him looked very similar and acted very similar. I actually have told this story on here quite a bit because I can remember telling it on here now. But anyway, he was really good friends with Diane's brother, and so, who lived in San Francisco Harbor. And I was going to say, I can't say his name but he's passed away. His name was Jack. So anyway, and that my mom always wanted to live on a houseboat in San Francisco Harbor, and I think at times she had a bit of a crush on him. I don't know. But anyway, he was kind of like, I've only ever seen like 1 or 2 pictures of him visiting my parents, and he had like real curly hair, and he was kind of wild and different and stuff like that. But anyway, so my mom Diane stayed friends with this guy when he ended up going to, it was Park Tudor. It's the private school here now. I drive by, I just drove by it, and it's like the top private school in Indianapolis, and it's like gated and stuff like that. But back then it was Park and Tudor, and one was a boys' school and one was a girls' school. I don't know which one was which, but he ended up going to the other one. And then, like, went to college and moved on and whatever. Well, he stayed friends with Diane and her brother Jack, and then he ended up, like, coming to visit on the island every once in a while. So he had come to visit Well, Diane and her friend came to stay with my mom and I, like, one summer for, like, 2.5, 3 weeks. Like, they were there forever. I remember my mom and her stayed up, like, every single night late, drinking and, like, watching movies and stuff like that. I didn't like it. It made me really uncomfortable. I would go down there and I would be like, are you guys going to bed soon? I was, like, little. And my mom would be like, we're gonna go to bed soon, whatever. I'm just sitting here rambling and the video had stopped. I was saying that, my mom and Diane would stay up really late and they would like drink and watch movies and it would make me uncomfortable. And I would go down to the library and I'd be like, are you guys coming up here soon? And my mom would be like, we're gonna go to bed in just a little bit. And I was saying that I thought it was like the VCR, but it was a Betamax, because at the time I would have been like 8 or 9 or something, maybe, when she came to visit. Maybe not that young, 9 or 10, I don't know. But I remember going to the video store and she like hadn't seen any of these movies that had come out, because they had all come out like the island didn't have video stores and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, she was the one that started the whole story telling, and she told me about it. I must have been more like 9 or 10. I must have been a little bit 10. I must have been a little bit older to understand the story. So anyway, she was like, did you know that your mom has a twin brother? And my mom was like, oh my God, Diane, don't tell this story. And so she was like, go get your yearbooks, go get your yearbooks. My mom was like, no, don't tell him this story, because then, you know, he'll want to know all about it, and it's a stupid story, there's no truth to it, or whatever. I bet I was like 10 or 11, because it was that Christmas that, like, we were in the car with my aunt and uncle and cousin going to Christmas. And so, no, I would have had to have been older than that, because unless it didn't happen at the same time, unless I just didn't remember until later, because the Christmas that I said something to my aunt would have been after my grandma died, and I'll tell you how I know that in just a second. I don't know what age I was, but anyway, it doesn't matter. If all that matters of that story is if it was a VCR or a Betamax, it doesn't really matter. But anyway, so finally I was like, Mom, get your yearbooks, get your yearbooks. Well, she always kept them in like the bottom, like in our library it was like floor to ceiling bookshelves all the way around the room. And the bottom one of these bookshelves, she always kept like all of her like college yearbooks, high school yearbooks, everything. So she brought him out and Diane's like, there he is, now look at him with your mother. And it was like the exact same year. And I was like, like they literally looked like identical twins. Well, I mean fraternal twins, because it was a boy and a girl, and it was so weird. And there was always like something weird about my mom's birth certificate. I would have to pull it out and look at it again. I don't remember. There was something weird about my mom's birth certificate. So, and my mom knew that, and Diane knew that, and so she said something. Diane brought that up as well, and I was like, oh my God, blah blah blah, whatever. Well, then later, I don't know if it was that trip or when, I honestly don't remember when this all came out, but Diane said that he had come to the island and that he had gotten his adoption record released, and that they couldn't tell him his parent, like, you know, the laws have changed a lot, but like, they couldn't tell him his parents, but they could give him his birth date and hospital. And he had been born at the same hospital that my mom had within 3 days of my mom's birthday. They gave like a 3-day range, and it was like they had the same birth. They were like within 3 days of each other at the same hospital. So anyway, my mom didn't want. She never wanted to talk about this. It would always like weird her out to talk about it. So and like the thing is, like, if there was any truth to it, I've always figured it was because like my grandma and my grandpa couldn't have afforded to have 3 kids, and so they decided to give up one for adoption or something. I don't know. And they wouldn't have known before, you know, I gave birth, unless down to the wire it was twins, and what are they going to do? I don't know, you know. I mean, stuff like that happened. You know, my mom was born in the 40s. Stuff like that happened, you know. So anyway, we were coming home from church. We went to like the 10 o'clock mass for Christmas, and it was after my grandma had died. So, well, I was like 13 when my grandma died, so I would have been like 14. It had to have been that year. And it was, my uncle was driving, my aunt was sitting there, and it was my mom and Caroline and I in the back seat. of my uncle's car. And somehow we got talking about like family secrets or something. It's so weird in retrospect that like we brought it up, and Caroline and I brought it up, and we were talking about it. And that if you had asked me like growing up, like if our family had any secrets, I would have been like, my mom and my aunt were really poor growing up. Like I knew that. But I wouldn't have thought that there were any secrets. None whatsoever, let alone the ones I have found out, you know? And so somehow something came up, and I said something about, well, what about Mom's twin brother? And Caroline was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, oh yeah, Diane this. And I told the whole story because they know Diane, obviously. Diane was like my mom's very best friend ever. She passed away 3 years before my mom did. She had cancer, and the second time it came back, she decided not to do chemo. And I'll never forget the day that she passed away. I went over to my mom's house, and or the day that my mom found out about it. And my mom said, I just looked at her, and she said, who now will know my soul? I'll never forget my mom saying that to me. But anyway, Diane was fun. I only ever went to go visit her on the island one time, but it was probably one of the best trips of my entire life, and it was the summer before I went into high school. We went with my mom's sorority sister, good best friend at that time too, and her daughter. We had such a blast. I've told that story, and that's a whole other story. But anyway, so Caroline and I are like going back and forth in the back seat, and my aunt turned around. She goes, oh, just stop, both of you. And it just was silent in the car. She said something like that. I can't remember. She was like, she got really upset about it. I don't remember what she said. But anyway. So my mom goes, Kathy, do you know something? And then there was just like silence. And my mom was like, Kathy? And my aunt said, whatever secrets mother had, she died with. And that was it. And my mom was like, what do you know? And she was like, whatever secrets mother had, she died with. So, never found out anything more about that. And I asked my aunt that after my mom died. She just kind of like, was like, nothing, whatever. But there's so much that I think explains, like, not just their family history, but my family history of how I was raised. You know, it explains so much about how I was raised and the way that my mom and my aunt were, you know, and it makes me sad sometimes because I think, like, given what they had growing, I mean, who knows? It could have been absolutely horrific. I do not know. I really do not know, you know? Like, so much of the picture that they painted, Caroline and I have now found out is not true. So it's like, they really put on airs to make it look like their childhood was much better than it ever really was. And even my dad doesn't really know a lot about it. Which, you know, I mean, at this point, they've been divorced so long, why would he? But, you know, Susie knows a lot, which is interesting, and she's told me everything she knows. And there's some things that she's told me that I haven't shared on, you know, any, like, you know, videos and stuff like that. And, there's a few things that, like, I know to be true that, like, I've never, like, said anything. There's, like, one small thing, like, small inconsequential thing that, like, because, you know, I like psychics and mediums and stuff. So, but it's important, and I've always, like, if I ever go to a psychic or a medium, like, nobody's ever brought this one thing up, and if they ever bring it up, I will know for a matter of fact that it's, like, my mother talking to me. And then this woman in our neighborhood that knew my mom and my aunt, like, in junior high, I think, like, elementary, junior high, and high school. She, like, knew my mom and my aunt. And, because I said to her one day, I said, it was the weirdest saying. I said, did you know, because I'm close with her, and so is Caroline. And I said, did you know that, my grandma went to prison? She goes, oh, yeah. I said, you did? She goes, yeah, Peter, everybody knew. She was like, it wasn't a secret. She was like, I mean, everybody knew. So it's so weird to me that we, like, never knew that, you know? And was that, like, a discussion that my aunt and my mom had? Like, don't ever tell Peter and Caroline. You know, my dad said that, they didn't want us to think badly of our grandma. And my aunt said something like that. She was mad. She was like, your dad should never have told you that. And then she was like, but my aunt and my dad love each other. They're like, you know, very close. And my aunt was like, I mean, she was like, I guess, you know, it's yours to know, so. And then she told me as much as she knew about it, you know, or whatever she felt like she could. But I think there's so much more now. I mean, like, Caroline's not as, like, needing to know answers as I am, but like, family history is interesting anyway. I mean, it's a lot of why I like to read books, to kind of find out, you know, the history of everything. And I think it would explain so much, you know. I don't know. That family line dies out with Caroline and I, so it's like, I kind of like to know what happened, you know? David's actually interested in it. Caroline's son, he's interested in a lot of this family stuff. So, I guess it doesn't die off, because, you know, with him, but... I was reading the comments earlier. Is that what I said? Was I talking about the comments? You guys, you leave me the most unbelievable comments. They are so nice. I just want to say, there's one comment I want to talk about, but they're so, so, so nice. And I just want to say, like, so many people are like, your vlogs help with my anxiety, and your vlogs this. And I mean, you know, I was watching RuPaul's Drag Race tonight, and they were talking on there about how they love just to make people laugh. Like, if people show up to a show and, like, you know, for a couple, you know, songs or a couple hours, they can, like, take people's minds off things, or give people, like, you know, a moment in time to have fun or whatever. And, like, that is what I really enjoy about, like, my Peter Monn channel, like, doing, you know, funny stuff over there. And then over here, to have people say, like, you really relax me, or, you know, you take away, like, you know, my anxiety, or you really help get me through some difficult times, like, or just, hey, like, I love just listening to you as I drive around, or whatever. Like, you guys have no idea the weight of that compliment. I mean, it's such a huge compliment. It really, really, really... Somebody left a comment on my video last night about helping them with, like, mental health stuff. And it's like, and first of all, always seek professional help for that and do what they tell you to do. But I just want to say, like, the fact that me driving around a car telling stories is, like, helps on that level is so, so, so meaningful to me. It just really is, you know. And so I just want to say I really appreciate it. The comments are just... I mean, there's from time to time, there's comments on there that I'm just kind of like, I don't know what I think about that. You know? Or people ask questions, of which I think is interesting. The questions that get asked are always interesting to me, right? Like, well, not like the beanbag thing, but, well, first of all, any question you have, just refer to Linda, because Linda R., I won't say her last name, but Linda responds to everybody. I mean, she's literally like the secretary of my vlog, and I just want to say thank you so much, Linda. Like, every time somebody asks a question, or they're going through something, like, tough, like, I'll look to see, because there'll be a reply, and I'll look, and then before I even look, I know it's Linda. Like, Linda's responded to it. And there's actually a couple of you that do that. It's just so nice, you know? And it's like, how does Linda know everything I've ever talked about on this channel? It's so nice. But anyway, okay, my battery died when I was like 20 minutes away, and I honestly was like, I don't know if I have another battery with me. And so then I started listening to Dexter, because I was like, I need to pull in somewhere to listen, or to find out if I have a battery or not. And I just kept on listening to Dexter, and I was like, well, I'll wait till I get to the post office, because I hadn't been to the post office and I wanted to stop here. So I pulled in here, and I did have another battery, so now I can finish the vlog, which I'm not going to vlog for a whole lot longer anyway. But I was just talking about the comments. I just went back and looked to see, like, exactly what I was talking about. Is there somebody pulling in here? It always scares me when I'm, like, in here late at night and somebody pulls in here. But I was talking about the comments, and you guys are just so incredibly nice, and I just want to say thank you so much. You really, really lift me up, and I really appreciate it, so thank you. All right, I wanted to go through, I have a bunch of packages in here and stuff, which I just didn't expect. And every time I come to the post office during the day, it's always so incredibly packed that, like before, when I would come to the post office, like I could go in and go out, and now it's like when I pull up here, it's like all of these parking spaces are taken. So I usually just like drive by and I'm like, I'll go later, I'll go later, I'll go later. So, which is why I haven't been coming as much. But I got a yellow card, which means that they have a package that they're holding for me. So I'll have to pick that up beginning next week. All right, I'm gonna go through and just open these things right here, right now. So I'm excited about this. The first one is, well, I need my reading glasses is what. Make sure that I'm not showing the addresses on any of these things. Oh, do I not have my reading glasses with me? Oh, please tell me I did not leave them on the table. Oh no, they're here. I was like, did I leave them on the table when we went out to dinner the other night? Because I would have been very upset about that. I always take my reading glasses out at the restaurant, and then like I've left them there before. I did that at Verde, and I went back and they had them, thank God. But okay, so this is from Tara, and it's a card. Let me see what she said. Aww, she said, I just wanted to send you a card to tell you how much joy you bring into my life. I love hearing your stories every day and your take on things going on. I love how true to yourself you are, and it inspires me and puts a smile on my face daily. Love, Tara. Aw, Tara, that was so sweet. And I love the stationery of yours. So pretty. It's like leaves in the front. My mom would have loved that. Speaking of my mom tonight. Okay, that was really sweet. And then it's all like packages. Now, I don't know if these things are like private, so I have to kind of like open them first and look at them, and then I will tell you. Because like some of the stuff that people send me, they're like, please don't show this on camera. It's been a while since I've done this, where I've just like opened it. Let me make sure I don't show the addresses as well. What this could possibly be. Oh my God. Oh my Lord. Okay, so this is from Shelby. She said, hi Peter, I hope this letter finds you well. I just want to let you know how much I enjoy your videos and I look forward to them every day. Your drama videos get me through my workouts at the gym and work days at the office. I listen to them like a podcast. You're basically the only YouTuber I watch anymore. Thank you for all of your hard work. It's evident how much thought you put into everything you do, and that's something I truly admire. Aww. She said, I don't know if you remember this, but a few months ago you recorded a cameo for my cat. I totally do, for her cat's birthday. She said, I know you're not a huge fan of cats, but she's a fan of yours. She wanted to make sure I included a hi from her. And along with this letter is a portrait I drew of Pee-Pee the flying chihuahua. Rest in peace. I wanted to make this for you sooner, but life has been crazy. I haven't had much time for drawing. I finally got to work on it today. I hope you enjoy it. I can't even imagine how hard it must be to lose your best friend. She said her cat is her entire world. It has brought her out of her darkest times. I couldn't imagine life without her, so whenever I hear of somebody's furry friend crossing the Rainbow Bridge, my heart aches. Hopefully this brings you comfort in knowing that Pee-Pee is flying higher than ever. I wish you all the best and hope you continue to live a life beyond your wildest dreams. Take care, and please give Tucker and Boo Radley hugs for me. Sincerely, Shelby. Oh my God, and you guys, look at this picture. It's fantastic. Oh, and he's got little angel wings and a halo. Oh my God, Alex is gonna die. Oh, it's like so perfect. Looks just like him so much. I miss him so much. Miss you, little guy. His little white patch right here. Oh my God, Shelby, that was fantastic. Oh, that was beautiful. Thank you. Alex is gonna love that. I thought I was gonna come out here tonight and do like this really lighthearted little vlog. Okay. Put this down there with... I'm like worried I just showed the address. I'm like, should I stop it so that I can like go back? I probably should stop it so I can go back so I can make sure I didn't show the address. Okay, if I have to, I'll just like cut off that tail end if I did. All right, the next thing. I don't know what this else would be. Oh my God, another Jacqueline lip gloss. Oh, how sweet. Okay, there's a card inside. There's Peter on it. Oh, with a beautiful card. Flowers. Watercolor note cards. Oh, there's a long note in here. This is from Chanel. I heard you mention a few things you wanted to try. Heard you mention a few times you wanted to try the new Jacqueline Gold Gloss that came in her mystery box. I was fortunate to get 2 boxes and wanted to give you the other gloss. That was so sweet. This one has been sitting in a special place so it doesn't get used. Aw. I also wanted to thank you so much for posting your videos and being your authentic self. I watch a review channel with my 5-year-old and she loves you too. I have my own channel as well and occasionally do coffee reviews. When I started to film, she went boom, boom, boom. Made me smile that even she feels connected to you through your intro. Your videos have helped me feel some type of happiness every day. I never really knew what a YouTuber role model to me looked like until I started, you guys, this is what I was talking about with the comments. It's just so overwhelmingly kind. Until I started watching your videos. Your Peterisms channel has made me feel so inspired to do better and be better. While I'm not someone that struggles with addiction or in recovery of a spouse or an addict, I bought the book Codependent No More by Melody Beatty. She was sharing some personal stuff that I don't know if I'm sure. I appreciate you for bringing joy, creating a bond with my daughter, and helping me become a better person. Hope you enjoy the gloss. Be too much. Oh, Chanel. Thank you so much. Oh my God, that was fantastic. You guys that send me cards and share such personal things, I just am so, so, so appreciative of it. You have no idea. Okay. I have no idea what this could be. It's like in this like seal pack. It's like in this like seal package thing. Oh my God! No, there's no note in it. Who sent this to me? Oh my God, there's no note in it or anything. The Language of Letting Go cards. Melody Beatty. That's so weird, isn't it? That she was just talking about that. The best-selling author of The Language of Letting Go brings you 50 cards to help remind you that each day you can ask for and accept it. Healing energy of God in the universe. This is going to be so great for my Peterisms channel. This beautifully illustrated deck will inspire you to live on in the here and now, and by doing so, you can allow life to happen instead of trying to force outcomes. When you relinquish regrets over the past and fears about the future, you can truly make the most of every day. When you relinquish regrets over the past and fears about the future, you can truly make the most of every day. How cool is this? I used to have a deck like this of like angel cards that like, you know, had like positive like spiritual quotes on them every day. Alex's grandma actually gave me a box like this too, but it wasn't Melody Beatty. Aww. Oh my God, it has a picture of Melody Beatty on the front of it. You wanna see her? Here's Melody Beatty. Here's the first one. Approving of myself. Today, I will let go of my need for approval and my need to be liked. Instead, I will choose to like and approve of myself. The people who count, including me, will respect me when I'm true to who I really am. Approving of myself. Aw, I love these. Will you let me know who sent these to me? These are fantastic. She said in here, dear friends, I hope that these affirmation cards help remind you that each day we can ask for and accept the healing energy of God in the universe. Open your hearts and let that energy flow to you, through you, and on to others. When you live in the here and now, you can allow life to happen instead of trying to force outcomes. When you relinquish regrets over the past and fears about the future, you can truly make the most of each day. Did I just read that on the back, the whole thing? Melody Beatty, the best-selling author of The Language of Letting Go, has written 12 other books. Born in St. Paul, Minnesota, she now lives in Southern California. Her hobbies include skydiving, yoga, travel, and hiking. Oh, this is fantastic. So excited to use these for my Peterisms. It's going to be great. Wish there was a card with that so I knew who sent them to me. Isn't that so nice? So cool. Beautiful, aren't they? Okay. Here's my dead battery that I didn't put away. Put that in my bag. How do I open this? This is from Cassie. Oh my God. Oh my God, what are these? Who are these by? These are beautiful. Well, she sent me these 3, I don't know who makes these. These 3 glosses, lifter gloss. This is the first one. This is the second one. And this one's like silver. It's really pretty. This is the third one. I want to see the silver. Let's see how this works. Oh, that's so pretty. It just is like sparkly. Oh, and it's not super sticky. Oh, it's perfect. Oh my God, I love this. The components are really cool too. Okay, she wrote a very long letter, so I'm just gonna skim it. She said, your vlogs, thank you for them. She said, I'm writing to you because I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a beacon of light, hope, and vulnerability. I've been following you for about 4 years now, but this last year, your videos have helped me. Well, first of all, thank you for your service. She really shared some personal stuff on here, you guys. Oh my God, she went through each thing, including True Crime Book Club, and said how much each one has helped her. I will, okay, so anyway, I just want you to know, Cassie, that I'm going to read the whole letter, but it's very personal. It's like 4 pages stapled. So I wish you all the luck and success in your health, goals, and journey. I'm here to support with the rest of the Wolf Pack. Aw, cheering you on and available on, okay. You've accomplished and overcome so much. You've got this in the bag. On a completely different note, I know you love lip gloss. You've inspired me to satisfy the little girl in me, and I picked some up. I tried ColourPops, but it was horribly sticky. This Maybelline gloss is amazing, though, and I hope you love it as much as I do. Thank you again for all you do. Respectfully and with love, Cassie. Cassie, oh my God, that was so sweet. And I will show you. It's like, well, I can't show you because it's the letter, but you can see it's like stapled and it's long, so. Aww. I can't wait to read that. As soon as I get home, I'm gonna read that. Okay. What is this? This is from Etsy. And I haven't ordered anything from Etsy, so I don't know how I'm gonna get into this. It is so tightly wrapped. Oh shoot, I just lost my key. Only something that would happen to it. It went right down into my sandal. It's maybe easier just to pull this open like this. Okay. Ooh. Okay, I showed the address on the box and I don't want to do that. So, but it is, I haven't looked at what's in the box yet, but it came in this fantastic, and this is from Evie, and it came from this fantastic, look at that, I love that stuff, okay? So anyway, and then the letter, it's like this long letter, and it's on this fantastic paper with the coolest print in the entire world. She said, my name is Eve, owner of Eve B Couture, a brand that recreates and sells unique couture designs, whether it be clothing or accessories. I've been an ardent follower of yours, and to say that it impresses and amazes me would be an understatement. Aww. Sharing a lot of personal stuff. I want to read this when I get home. Okay, what is she? I'm gonna read the letter more and then I'll share it in when I get home or in my next vlog. It's wrapped so beautifully. Oh my god, she's got, okay, so it's got string on it. It's so pretty. And it has, her, like, this is like a bag that is made and it has like, it's print, and then it's got like her print on it and everything. What are these? I feel like these, this is so weird that I was just talking about sunglasses and I feel like these are sunglasses. Oh my god. Oh, Tanya Jean's gonna die. Oh my god, look at these, you guys. Oh my god, those are fantastic. Oh my god, do you guys see these? They have like wings on them. And she's got them in these really nice bags. Oh my god, she got me one in like every color. I think she linked her Etsy shop on there, so I will include it below. If I forget, remind me and I'll put it on the next video. Or I'll put it on this one as well. I'll go back and put it on there. Oh my god, they're so comfortable too. Can you imagine me singing to these down the street as I drive down the street to these? Oh my god. I am gonna actually give a pair of these to Tanya because she's gonna die. That they have those wings on them because she loves stuff like that. She wants white sunglasses. She is going to die. Here is a white pair. Oh my god, you are gonna make Tanya Jean so happy. Here comes the car. Oh lord. Oh, I don't like when they park back over there. That makes me nervous. Here, but look at these. Aren't these fantastic? They're so cool. Just go in, don't be paying any attention to me. Over here. Anyway, look at these, how cool they are. These remind me of the movie Shag. Oh my god, Tanya's gonna die. Evie, thank you so much. On your envelope it says Evie. Okay, wait a second, I wanna make sure. On your letter, where's your letter? Here it is. But it has the name. Yeah, it's EVBE dailycouture.com. I'll link it below for the sunglasses. Oh my God, it's fantastic. Thank you so much. Oh my God, Tanya's gonna be she's gonna die. Oh, I love those. Okay, and then I have one more thing, which is this large box. I don't know really where to open it. Does it say who this is from on here? No, it looks like a company. I was like, where's all that light coming from? I didn't even kind of make it. Ooh. Ooh, what is this? It's a bunch of candy, but there's no like letter or anything in it. I wonder if this is from the company or if somebody sent this to me. So, Chalk Zero peanut butter cups. The new standard is sweet. The peanut butter cup is confectionery legend, now without all the bad stuff. Creamy peanut butter and real white chocolate paired together in our 80 calories for 1 cup. 1 gram of sugar, that's pretty good. Here's what they look like, because you know I love a good Reese's cup, like a good peanut butter cup. I'm going to tell you the truth on how this tastes. This is what it looks like. It tastes like white chocolate. I don't really taste the peanut butter too much in there. It's good though. And then here's white chocolate solid bunny. More peanut butter cups. Oh, white chocolate chips. And strawberry white chocolate. I bet the company sent this to me to review. I get stuff from companies all the time for me to review. Ooh. God, these smell good. They smell like strawberry. I was craving chocolate earlier. Mmm. Chalk Zero. CHOC. Sinfully healthy. All natural, no added sugar, low carb. This one has 1 sugar in it, 5 carbs, 4 grams of fat, 60 calories per each piece, 1 gram of protein. The strawberry ones are really good. I am kind of impressed with that, honestly. Okay. Well, thank you guys so much. This has been a night full of like nice comments and nice little presents. It's been a good night. And with that, I'm gonna say thank you and good night so that I can listen to a little bit of my audiobook and then go home and go to sleep because I've got to be up to go to Caroline's tomorrow. So thank you guys so much for everything. I appreciate it. It means so much to me. And I love you guys so much. I hope you're having the most amazing I hope you're having the most amazing Easter ever if you celebrate Easter. And it's still not too late to watch Peter Cottontail. You can watch it on YouTube for free. Just search on YouTube. I was gonna say Google search, but you know, search on YouTube Peter Cottontail, and I think it's the first one that comes up. And I was watching it earlier. The narrator is Seymour S. Sassafras and Company. And the company is a worm. And I love that show so much. So anyway, thank you guys for watching tonight. I love you so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya!